Hey guys, Pretzel here, welcome back to another video. In this video, we are going to be talking about some more Godzilla movie news. There's a bit to talk about for today, so I'm going to kind of have this in sections. First, we're going to start off with all the Godzilla vs. Kong stuff that I have. The first thing that I have is that Junkie XL has 100% confirmed that he is the composer for Godzilla vs. Kong. And it does seem that he does use past themes, and the example for this is he used the past theme for Terminator Dark Fates. He used of course, the classic Terminator theme, but his version of it, which is pretty cool. So I would imagine that he would use the past themes for the Godzilla vs. Kong movie. So of course, the past themes of Godzilla. But maybe Legendary Warner Bros. Can get the rights to if they don't already have the rights to it, the old Kong themes. That would be also cool to see. Some old Kong things make an appearance. That'd be pretty cool. We have revealed titles for the new upcoming Godzilla vs. Kong comics, the one that is Godzilla's perspective, and then the other one that is going to be Kong fighting Camazotz and Kong dealing with Camazotz and all that. We have titles for these, and I got this from Kaiju News outlet. I haven't seen anyone else report on this, so I thought I would mention that they were the first to report on it. So I will link their Twitter account in their description and go check them out. They're pretty awesome at this stuff. So if you're on Twitter, that's a pretty important thing. Because they definitely get news out before I do. But the title for the Godzilla perspective one is Godzilla vs. Kong, Godzilla Dominion. And when I heard this title, I was thinking, I was like, where did I hear Dominion before? And I remembered it was from the new Jurassic World movie, Jurassic World 3 Dominion. So, makes sense. And then we have a little description of what the book is going to be about, and it seems that it's going to be, of course, the aftermath of King of the Monsters, which is going to be pretty interesting to see, especially from Godzilla's perspective. So, I'm excited for that. And then the Kong one, which is Godzilla vs. Kong, Kingdom Kong. At first, I thought this was Kingdom Come, but that was I don't know, that just doesn't really sound right. But Kingdom Kong, I guess. And then this is gonna be, of course, following Kong and him battling Camazotz, and then it also kind of gives us a little bit description of I would imagine the main human character in this comic, and their struggle with nightmares. It says nightmares of one of Godzilla's titanic rivalries or something like that. I'm not 100% sure what that means. I would imagine it's going to be nightmares of Ghidorah, but I can't say for sure. Unless Godzilla and Camazotz are actually have some rivalry, and then Camazotz ends up, fighting Kong, and it'll show that Kong is not a force to be reckoned with, which is a good thing, because you want to show that Kong actually has some strength to him, and that he's not going to be some little punk that he's going to just fight Godzilla, which is a good thing, because it wouldn't really be entertaining watching Godzilla just 100% destroy Kong. Even though I want Godzilla to win, because that's just me, but I have my opinions and my thoughts. I'd rather not to share them because of reasons. But both of these comics are planned to come out March 30th, 2021, which I believe is after the movie releases. I can't remember for sure when the movie releases, because it's been a minute since I've actually seen the release date for the film. I'm pretty sure it was March 29th, but I can't remember. I'm sure someone will remind me in the comments, please. Or I'll just look it up myself, because it's not that hard. Jumping into King of the Monsters news, Michael Dougherty has revealed a new post-credit scene that didn't end up making it into the film, which was a Mothra post-credit scene. Gosh, told me you meant to say that word, didn't it? Which is, we have like an illustration of what the scene would have been, and then we have like a kind of like a read-up of what happens in the scene. Which a bit of a summary is Chen ends up meeting with her sister, her twin sister, and then which leads them, like, they're walking together and they're talking. Or I can't say for sure if they're actually walking and talking at the same time, or if they're just talking and then they start walking. But they ends up leading them to like a kind of like a temple area, which they are like already in part of a temple area, but it's like a big open temple area, which will make sense here in a minute. And then Chen's twin daughters, are both sitting there singing. And, of course, if you couldn't tell already what is going to happen next, then it reveals Mothra's egg, to show that Mothra is, of course, still alive. And then it, the egg is, like, shining, and then, and then it cuts to black screen. I thought this would have been a pretty cool credit scene to show that Mothra is still alive and potentially bring her into something bigger, like her own standalone film possibly, or maybe that she will return in Godzilla vs. Kong. Who knows? Though I am curious as to why Mothra's egg took forever to hatch in King of the Monsters, like why it took so long for her to finally wake up, and if that will happen again, so like Mothra won't wake up for like another how long? Unless she was like in there until she knew that she had the hatch, so she was like eating, drinking a cup of tea, and just like saying, she's waiting, having a good old time in her egg, watching some TV, going on Twitter, and I'm joking, okay? Make fun of me. The last thing that we have for today is that we have new footage of Snow Godzilla. This is of, I can't say for sure if it's from the same film. I would imagine that it is, but it's like new footage of the Snow Godzilla, and it actually shows the one image that we had like back when Snow Godzilla was a thing, because the first footage that we had of him wasn't like the one of the images that we have, and I was like, okay, that was weird, maybe that was like a promotional image or something. And then this came out, and I was like, oh, that's where that image was from. It was from this scene that we didn't see before. And it looks pretty cool. I think Snow Godzilla looks really cool. Though I will say his thighs are looking a bit thick there. Looking a lot like Shin Godzilla, if I do say so myself. And apparently we have a new atomic breath, which I guess it isn't apparent because it actually happens in the footage, because it's pretty cool. But this, actually being an apparent thing, apparently this is the strongest atomic breath that Godzilla has. I don't know for sure if that's actually true. I would still imagine that Godzilla's, what was it, like, heat ray, or, I don't know, it was basically the atomic breath that Burning Godzilla 19 something something has. I still think that one would be more powerful. I could be wrong though, but you know, apparently this is the strongest atomic breath, so maybe it is. But unfortunately, that is it for this video. I have nothing else for now. Of course, I would imagine there's going to be something coming up soon. Maybe something at San Diego Comic-Con at home. I would imagine, if anything, which this has been mentioned before by other YouTubers, that if we get anything Godzilla vs. Kong, it'll probably be the same thing that was showed back, I think it was like in November 2019, when it showed like all of, like, little teasers of all of Warner Brothers' upcoming films, and then that's when we got the first leak footage of Godzilla vs. Kong, which we already know is Godzilla and Kong, like, on the aircraft or whatever it was. So I would imagine that we're gonna, if we do get anything, it'll be that, but that'll still be cool because we'll get a clear look at that. So we'll get our first actual good look at Godzilla and Kong for the film, if it's not too dark, because that kind of did seem like it was a bit like darkish. I know there's a word for silhouette. That's what it was. Kind of like a silhouette. So I would imagine that, but I do think we will get some sort of look at both of them, and then we'll know for sure what they're going to be standing on. Well, at least 50% sure. But, you know, we'll just have to see what happens. But in the meantime, that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.